Welcome back to Toy Art. I'm Zach. I'm your host, and I don't think there could be more perfect action figures that I've been waiting for out there than Prince Adam and Cringer. Take a look. Prince Adam. Let's get him in focus. There he is. And then Cringer as well here. And it wants to focus on my face. Let's focus on Cringer. There we go. Looking great. I've waited 40 years for those figures to come out in the quality and this amazingness of them. So that's where we're going with this episode of Toy Art. We're going to give it a little review, and then we're going to talk about some of my favorite parts afterward. So let's get into it. And right off the bat, man, like I said in the introduction, I don't think you can get more perfect representations of the Filmation Prince Adam and Cringer. And for so long, I've been waiting for a really good Cringer. When Masters of the Universe Origins came out, I was like, this is awesome. And I have my Prince Adams from Origins here, and I'll compare the two a little later. Because they're basically, you know, in a lot of ways, some of the same buck, but not so much paint jobs. Anyways, so you've got, not only do we have Prince Adam and Cringer here, but they both come with separate heads. So let's get those out first. I'm going to show those off, and then we'll get into the figures here. Now, these are the heads that they came with. I changed them out to the duplicate heads, and we'll see why here in a second. So this is our He-Man face, basically like calm, neat Prince Adam, just chilling, sweet head, looking good. And then, of course, we have worrisome Cringer. Oh, sweet summer child Cringer. And they're great heads. They're amazing sculpts. They're just kind of the heads that are just like, well, nothing's going on. I'm just like me with my anxiety. I'm just a little nervous every day, no matter what's happening. So those are those two heads. The sculpts on them are phenomenal. You don't need much paint going on with them to really show off what they're looking like. However, I'm going to start with Cringer first and then go into Adam here right quick. So, I'm going to put Adam off to the side and talk Cringer here, who has on this head right here, move him a little closer in. I'm going to change camera angles so y'all can see a little bit better. So there he is. He has articulated jaw, so when he's looking up, he can look like I'm worried or like, oh god, the power is coming and I have to turn into Battle Cat. So that's why I went with the second heads. I think the second heads are so much further superior, honestly. And he's articulated. I'll do a quick turnaround in a good couple different places. Looks like he's about to pee there. But this is Cringer, so he's got knee articulation and at each one of as his elbows and knee articulation right here. So it's more, and it's not just turn articulation. It is fully pulled out, and you can do articulation down at the knee, the second knee I should say, and at the paw. So he's got knee, paw. So 1, 2, 3, and they all pivot. They all move around. I'm gonna be careful with this one because it's a little tight. I just want to put it in some water because this is actually a pretty inexpensive figure. I think it was $29.99 for the two of them. And so like you got hip articulation as well, right over here, so you can fully extend that leg. Have the ballerina leg, or have the classic like cat cleaning themselves leg here. He's like super articulated, which is awesome. We've got a nice articulated tail that not only goes side to side but back and forth right there. I'll show you a little less of that butt. He's got a midsection and it goes up and down and then swivels around as well here. Gosh, I've got to like look at the camera while I'm doing this. So back and forth, swivel, go back that way, and then he has articulation in the arm, which pivots. So you got a nice pivot arm here. He's got articulation that pivots there. He's got articulation that pivots at his elbows, like so. Back and forth. and at his paws. So this is a really awesome Cringer. I think he's one of the best figures that I've purchased out of this line, all of Masterverse and Masterverse Origins, and then Masterverse Filmation, or Masters of the Universe, I should say. I think he's one of the best, and I've been waiting for him for a long time, and he's got, the scale of him is fantastic. I love the musculature, especially right up there. There's not a lot, but just enough to show that he does have that musculature, and there is some fur patterning in the background right there, like right near where his tail meets his backside. So he's got some great, like, subtle tooling on there and great sculpting on there. However, like, I think, as I said, he's very smooth, so it kind of fits that Filmation vibe extremely well. That's Cringer. And he also got like a little extra fur right back on there, little tufts, right where the articulation meets. So it kind of hides that articulation really well, and I want to shout that out. The bottoms of the paws are sculpted on through there too. And he's got some nice fur tufts right there in the front where his teeth are. Just a wonderful, badass Cringer figure. So let's jump in. We'll switch camera angles here. Come all the way out for Adam. Like I said, 2 heads for Adam, because 2 heads are better than 1. But I love the classic smiling. Like, we all know the meme from you'rethemannow.com. If you're not familiar with that, you might want to use the internet of the early 2000s in a moment and see what that is. So, but like, you know, there's so many classic smiling, happy Prince Adam memes, especially from the our wonderful queer community, and I feel like that this sculpt really embodies him. Those, but also just a great, happy Prince Adam that's about to get the power. So you can see him up close there. He does come with the power sword in full, no halvesies here, and he's got some nice sculpting, like right around where the belt hits and where the pecs hit right there. They're not like Mark Silvestri's pecs and arm, you know, and abs screaming through like 2 layers of clothing, but they are popping out through there. One thing is, like, it's kind of a little bummer is that there's no like collar sculpt right there. It's just like paint, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but we're not talking bummers with this figure because he's not one. And of course, you come on down over here, we've got this classic purple tights and different monochromatic schemes with highlighted with white. Just a great color choice from that Filmation crew. It looks like I got a little scuff on the back. I'm going to have to fix that with some magic eraser here. But like I said, I think he is phenomenal. I don't think it should be legal that toys are this good. Especially at that $29.99 price point. I just couldn't be happier with this. Let's come a little closer. Don't be shy. Let's see what he looks like up close. And he looks great. Just like no notes. So let's come out a little bit more, and I want to do some comparisons. I got the Masterverse Prince Adam that came with the Sky Sled. Had to get him. I don't have his sword with me. I think it fell behind a dresser, so we got some work to do. But you'll kind of see as we put them together. We've got some different colors, and I'm going to come in. Mostly the differences you're going to see are in that sculpt on the chest. And it's almost like the difference between like those Power of the Force 2 figures from back in the 90s and regular like Star Wars figures. There's like, he's like, Prince Adam on the right is just ripped. He also has more reddish tone to his vest, whereas a little less sculpting, but a little more detail on that belt down over here. So it's a picky thing, but you can see like it's animation style, so there's not a lot of detail here. But with Origins, we get some great like sculpting on that belt right there. So like I said, little thing, but an awesome thing. And you'll also see that like, I thought this was like really like the same buck, but honestly like the musculature is quite different on the bottom half. And like I said, the color is going to be a little bit different. Lighter color over here, darker color up here, lighter color here, lighter color up here. So you've got quite a bit of a difference between the art styles of these two figures here. And of course, some very different head sculpts. Let me see if I can brighten that up here for us. So if you take, oh, someone just took a dive. Never a dull moment in action figure collecting. Something's always falling over. So there we go. This Prince Adam is not, as the kids say, not effing around. Whereas this Prince Adam is definitely the spirit of Prince Adam, just being like, yeah, dudes, let's party. He-Man's coming. Let's go. This was like, Skeletor has really pissed me off this time, and now He-Man is coming. So that's how I feel about these two figures. Let's bring in a guest star here. We'll see Skeletor. And this is the Filmation Skeletor next to Filmation Prince Adam here. So let's go out just a frog's hair. And so you'll see, like, you know, one of the great things is, like, I did not want to get the Filmation figures, but they're too good not to get. And I love the matte Dayglow coloring, animation style coloring of the Skeletor and of Prince Adam. You know, let's lighten it up a little bit so you can see the colors easier. The colors just pop. And look, I'm a guy who has everything Masterverse. Everything, actually, no, I don't have everything Masterverse. Let's rewind that. I'm a guy who has everything Masters of the Universe Origins. I got Eternia, I have Snake Mountain, I have Grayskull, I have almost the whole line, all 9 million Snake Men. And so there's one I missed out of, was Fangor, because some jackoff stole it off my front porch. So that's the only one I'm missing. And I was like, man, I'm not going to get the Filmation ones, because it's just repeating. But it's clearly just not repeating. Like, the art style is so different, and the colors are so different, whereas there's less painted detail, but they're really letting these sculpts and the matte colors speak for themselves. And I'm a huge fan, because this is exactly how my art style works. I was like, I like simple matte colors that are kind of like bright and Dayglow-ish that harmonize well together. And here we have beautiful color harmonies on these figures between the purples and the reds, the blues and the red and the purples. Everything on these figures from that Filmation just pops, and I love it so much. So much. So, that being said, looks like he just pooped out Adam's head there. So, with that being said, that's my little review of Prince Adam and Cringer. Okay, so was that cool or what? Definitely a must-add to any collection at this moment. I think, man, again, like I said in the intro, I waited 40 years for these figures. It's something I really didn't think I needed on the horizon, especially like when Origins came out. Like I said in the comparison video, we had a Prince Adam on a sky sled. Awesome figure. Came with a super sweet pink sword, but that's my childhood right there, is Prince Adam hoisting that sword high and telling Cringer, look, it's go time, homie, and Cringer just not having it. And I'm so happy to have that in the collection. Can't wait to put it there next to the real Battle Cat and the real He-Man, and have those ones just go off. I really hope they do a updated Battle Cat in the animation style, but also that articulation style that Cringer has. That Cringer is a wonderfully articulated figure, and if they do not get us a sweet Cringer with, sweet Battle Cat with all of that animation style, I like Mattel, but I'm feeling it. I feel like it's coming. So that's it for Prince Adam and Cringer. Definitely a must-buy. You can find it still. Awesome. Drag it on with you. It's going to be a grail at some point. It really is. It's that good of a 2-pack. So let me know what some of your favorite parts of that Prince Adam figure was. If you liked the review, leave me more comments on how much you liked the review. If you want to subscribe and tell your friends about it, more importantly, give us a share, give us a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, all that goofy stuff. And until the next time, adios.